Choose you this day whom you will serve. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. It's the off-grid hybrid RV camper repair. Tragic evaluation of my wastewater tanks where I find rotten supports and there's no saving them. So now what do? Replace them, that's what.
Okay, it's finally time for me to go solve my some of my leaks here. Alright, I know this one here is leaking. I got me a new seal for it. I thought my gray water tank was cracked, and it still might be, but it is definitely leaking from the same spot, so I need to go ahead and get one of those. And that actually might not be a crack, that might just be running down and building up from the gravity. So that'd be pretty awesome if the tank isn't cracked. It was just been dripping like that this whole time. But I think I've actually seen water pouring down from the center of it too. Again though, maybe it's running out of there. I'll have to do a leak check and find out. Anyway, let's get the black one fixed, because that's the one that is really the one that needs to hold water so it doesn't build up a poo pyramid and stink up the place. Okay, so I think I'm gonna be able to do this actually pretty simple. It looks like it just slides out there, and the only thing really holding it in is right here. So I already got it busted loose and almost all the way out. I believe if I drop that, as long as it doesn't cause a catastrophe or get out of hand, I think I can just slide that loose, put that new seal in, shove it back in there, bolt that back up. Probably easier said than done, especially with all the nasty on the ground. But I got a hose and a spraying nozzle to start spraying it out if I get desperate. Alright, so far so good. I could probably pull them both out at this point. Alright, I guess this is not so much easier said than done. My tank. Oh, yep. That's exactly what's going on. That tank is broken. Okay, there ain't no fixing it with a seal. Forget about it. I don't know if I just broke it doing this, or if it was broke all along. But whatever I did, it just made it worse, that's for sure. Okay, well, I guess I need a new Blackwater tank for sure. Or I gotta learn how to do some fiberglass work real quick. Man, oh man. And I hope I didn't just cause that breakage trying to repair it. Probably did. Oh, now I can't find the bolt to put it back up in there. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Oh, there's so many of these everywhere. Oh. Oh no. And every time I do that, this thing gets weaker and weaker, more and more broke. Oh. Man, oh man. Save me. What did I do with that bolt? Oh no. For real, what did I do with it? Oh. Well.
This is so miserable.
I don't even know if I broke it or if it was already broke. That's just too bad. All right. I had a feeling I might end up having to get into this one day. All right, I had a feeling I was gonna have to get into this one day, so I started figuring out these tanks are held on by these straps. And you can see this one here is actually half rotted out anyway, which means when this thing went down the road traveling, it would shake and cause that to, in fact, that brake might even be from that there braking and the tank coming down, come to think of it. So I need those new channels up in there. The gray water tank still looks like it's all right, but this Blackwater tank's probably gonna have to come down. And I don't think new ones are that expensive, but I've got I have no idea how to hook the toilets up on these things yet, but we're gonna learn. Anyway, I've got a couple of tanks down here. This one here looks like it's gray, but it's got a big hole in that. Is that the toilet hole? And a vent, I'm guessing. And we've got an actual black tank, but it just looks bigger and it doesn't have the big incline on it. But no, it's just got like 1.5 inches on it. But the outlet's still a big 3-inch outlet. Maybe they're both Blackwater tanks. But, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's better for Blackwater tanks, and it looks smaller, and it's got the incline and everything on it. So if I'm lucky, that would bolt right up under there and the toilet will line right up, but I'm probably not going to be lucky. And I imagine some of the floor is going to have to come up for me to get this to work in and line up. I mean, maybe, or then again, I get those straps out, maybe it just drops out from the bottom. I mean, I know it drops out from the bottom, but I mean, maybe you don't have to pull the floor out to get to it. I don't remember. What I do remember is that I saw one of those railings when I took, in fact, I think I took those tanks off of that trailer right there. And I think right here, there's actually one of those railings on this thing. Underneath all this comes off. I could probably recover it and use it, or maybe I just have to buy and order some new ones and make them. I don't know. Oh boy, no fun. All right, that is looking much better. Oh, I think I missed a spot with the sander. Anyway, everything else is looking good. There's a couple little tiny corners I really couldn't get into. I'm not like right along here. I'm gonna just wait till I pull that siding off, if I ever do.
But for the most part, it's looking really good, feeling pretty smooth. I'm filling these spots like that right there, and give it one more sanding after it dries, and it'll be ready for paint. Pretty neat. I can do that off my RV, huh? And that way I can just go ahead and spray paint it for right now and just get it done, so I can leave it for, I don't know, a month or two till I get all the materials to do all the corners. Because I think next month's project, once I get this painted up and just weather resistant, to get that Blackwater tank taken care of next month. I got up under there yesterday and realized that the bracing that holds the tank up had rusted out on the back side of this Blackwater tank, and this pipe being bolted to the thing caused tension, and eventually it went cracked the bottom of the tank where the pipe goes in. And instead of trying to fix it and everything, I'm just going to replace it. New tanks are $150 for about a 28 to 30 gallon-ish. You want to go a little bigger, they go, up closer to 2. You want to go a little smaller, like 18 gallon, you can get them for closer to 120. But I think that 30 gallon for $150 range is a pretty decent idea. Or I might just come out here and plug that up and that up, unless it just happened to line up with my wall and toilet, because a lot of these RVs are kind of designed the same. But anyway, if not, I'll plug that. And I already got the flange for it. Even cut that out, put the new toilet in. I got those flanges on the way in the mail today, as soon as I realized what to do. These sensors, maybe they're still good. If they're not, I can just drill them out, put new ones in. The downside I see to this is it's got the rails that hold it like mine, whereas this is actually, I noticed it's got new technology where you can have these things held on here. That's not a very big gray water tank, so I don't think I'm going to end up using this. And these things also been sitting out here for a while, so I don't know if the sun has gotten to that, if it fills up and it just breaks right away. But I got to do my Blackwater tank too. Gray water tank too, which is funny because that's gray and it's for the Blackwater, and that's black and it's for the gray water. But you know what? Who says I have to do this proper? Who says I can't use this, drill my toilet hole out in this? And it's got the slope on it like mine does too. Yeah, it's sloped down to here. Yeah, I might just use this as my Blackwater and figure out something for my gray water later, and I might be able to get those hooks to hold it instead of having to strap it all the way across. Doesn't look like a very big Blackwater tank though. So I guess I'm gonna take some measurements and compare what the 30-gallon tank measurements are, and if it indeed is close to a 30-gallon tank, that's plenty. And maybe I just don't know what sizes are what, like that looks like that would drain into that quite well, so maybe it is a good match. I don't know. I'll give you a little gander down here. Like I said, I set my little tripod up and everything, but where is it? If I can focus on it. Come on, Joshua. You did this yesterday. There it is, right there. See, there's a crack right there.
And honestly, there's something very similar going on the Blackwater tank too, but it's because of that rusted out frame rail. Right there, you see it just disappears completely for part of the tank. So I have to replace those to get a tank to sit up in here. Where am I going to find those? I just have to make them. That's probably not good metal to use for that. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so getting back to the sanding, I have to admit, you know what? Getting those offset pads wasn't a bad idea because I did exactly what I said. I cut off a couple of, not even a couple inches, about 1 inch of the sandpaper and moved it forward. And look, now I got 4 corners. I wear them out again. I move it up another inch. I got 4 corners until, you know, I run out of paper to fold, and then I can still use the center of it to, you know, get some wood and stuff done. So that's actually working out pretty good. All right, let's get to sanding finally. All right, here's what we got going on today. I went ahead and knocked that loose. Fortunately, the bolts came out, or the screws or whatever. Same with this side. I'm working on loosening this up, but I actually rounded out one of my cheap sockets, so I had to grab another socket and extension. Anyway, what I'm going to do is just use this piece here and there that's left over and fill it in with this thing right here, and that right there will hold the tank up on this side. And then I realized, now that I got clean, you know, I took the shovel and shoveled a bunch of stuff out from under here so I could work. Anyway, now that I got some access and looking, I noticed the center one here completely gone. It's not looking in great shape. I mean, I could probably, if I really wanted to be cheap, get away with just a little angle up in there, but I don't know what the other end looks like. It could be in pretty bad shape too. But anyway, that's gonna end up having to get changed out soon. And the very, very front one actually looks like it's in all right shape, but it's still eventually gonna come out of there, because I think I am gonna put a new tank in. When I got a better look up under there, that thing sure enough is cracked and flexing. It's not a seal, and again, the top of the tank has come apart. So this is probably gonna get replaced eventually, sooner than later. And while I'm at it, I might as well do the gray water tank too. Probably not. I mean, it might be easier and better to do them both at the same time with the way that center bracket works. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's what I got going on. I'm gonna get that thing up here and at least get this part of the tank held up so it's not as bad as it was. Okay, I just realized these tanks are stacked on top of each other. It looks like the Blackwater tank slides underneath the gray water tank over the railing, and I was able to get this end here pushed up and lined up, but that other end isn't wanting to go up over the end, and this is what I'm talking about. Where is all that black water coming from? It's just sitting at the top of this tank like this, I'm guessing. Yeah, hurry up, fix it. All right, I got myself into some trouble here. Those nuts on the bottom are rusted out and aren't coming out. I'm gonna probably just have to cut that thing off, but I couldn't even get down with a saw because there's just no access. And the more I lift on this, the more that wants to crack. And I think I might be able to buy me some time with some Flex Seal on that. And you know what? It may not have been the corner of the tank busted open and dripping, because when I lift the tank up, it does it on the other side. And if you look up in here, look at the top of the tank, it's coated like it from when it overflowed, either missing or overflowing from the toilet. So I need to make sure the toilet is sealed up in here real good. But I'm gonna take a hose, wash that off, get this tank pushed back up, and see what happens. But anyway, yeah, I caused myself a catastrophe. Look at that. Now it's not even attached to the RV at all anymore. And it's actually really heavy. I think there's a big poop pyramid right here at the bottom, because it just, I mean, I got a jack on it and I'm struggling to lift it. I hope I can get this thing set back up on there. And the way this thing sets, that's actually a frame rail on the RV going down between the tanks, but the L channel on the end over there is rusted out, so there's nothing for this tank to hook onto that way. But this tank, the gray water tank, you know, sits on the flat part, or the up and down vertical part, and then this tank can sit on top of that, and that'll actually hold it. But again, the other end over there isn't even attached anymore, so this is a big struggle. But if I can get this corner up over the tank, then I can worry about attaching that other end over there. But I gotta get this thing not hanging down anymore. Man, oh man, oh man. There's my vent pipe. I can get the flashlight up in here. There it is. And can't really see it anymore, but right behind it? No. I don't know. Oh, I'm in trouble though. I'm hating life. Oh wow, look at that stuff coming up off of there when I wash this off. Look at all that stuff that just is stuck up on there. Look at that. Oh, that's just... Woo-wee. I'll tell you what. That might be half of my weight right there. Goodness gracious, look at that. Yeah, I think another, I don't know, maybe fixing this Blackwater tank isn't worth it. I mean, I got no choice but to try to hang this thing up here for now, but man, oh man. Yeah, sure enough, that was my problem. Right there is the toilet hole, and there's the toilet hole right there, and they're not even lined up because the tank had shifted sideways from all these straps and everything. And so yeah, I guess some of the toilet water I've been dumping out every time I flush it has been just going right on top of the tank and running down the side. And I'm sure that this corrosive water helped rust that out, although that right there, you know, leaked down. Water probably got up under, no, I guess not. I thought maybe water run down from that closet leaking and rotted it out, but no, I think maybe just that toilet missing really caused all these problems, aside from that right there. But I'm gonna just try to get this thing straightened out now that I don't think the top's perforated. If I get the toilet line up and seal up right, I'll put some flex seal on that and just see if I can attach that other end, and then figure out what to do the same thing with that leak right there on the gray water tank. And if I get this thing to hold, I'll just get rid of it, call it good. If I can't, I'll put some new tanks in. All right, I just went ahead and took it out. Forget about it. I don't think that other tank toilet hole is going to line up, and I don't even know if that looks like 3 inches. And I got a seal, but I don't have the sealant for it. I wonder if there's something else I can use. I don't know. Nope, these are different types of tanks. The way they mount up under there is totally different. That's made for to go up under the floor, I'm guessing. And this one here is designed, I mean, go in between the floor and I don't know. It's made for a tall RV like that. It's not made for a low profile RV. So I am gonna have to get another tank before I can use my toilet again. Because when I slid this out, it finished that off, and sure enough, there's some poo up in there. But, yeah, I don't think I'm fixing that. Man. And unfortunately, the gray water tank got destroyed. That thing's just about to pop out of there, like that Blackwater tank, from all this shifting and juggling around. So I'm just gonna have to pretty much start from scratch with both these tanks, unless I can
I don't know. I don't even think I'm gonna try to flex seal that front. I don't know. That one's difficult though. That's got a lot of lines going in. Okay, here's my plan of action. I had this little deal left over, all attached up under there. I tried to cut it off so I could leave myself an end to glue a cap, but when I try to put this up under there and spin it on, that was sticking out too far, so I got to cut that off, and I need to plug that because I found out the toilet outlets got threaded, 3-inch threaded that matches that, but that's too short to cut and put a couple on, really, especially without any glue. So I'm gonna, got some pieces over here and there, and I'm gonna try to get this extended out the back and supported and hook it up to my porta tank for the next week or two, and just make sure I use a lot of water when I flush my toilet and take that off. So this was actually the gray water tank in that RV I took it out of, but it should be the Blackwater tank. It's actually a lot smaller, it's a bit smaller than that gray tank, which I think is a gray tank. However, the way that's shaped, maybe that's better for the Blackwater, because that one's a lot more flat. Or does it not matter? Either way, I think they're both upgrades to what I got up under there. So I figured out what was really going on. Somewhere along the lines, these seals failed. This tank overflowed because somebody didn't dump it out in time, probably before and after I purchased this thing. The overflow broke through these seals. These seals failed. If that wouldn't have happened, it would have filled up into the toilet, forcing them to drain, and me to drain the tank to remedy the situation. Instead, the water filled up and indented the top of this and just sat here and then remained overfilled and would pour out of these and just run down the corner. Over time, that rusted the frame out. Dropped that corner, put tension on that, and eventually that tension cracked that. Then the poo pyramid started up here in the corner, but because of the heavy tilt, no water was seen every time, or anything. Every time I point the flashlight down there and look, I'd wonder why the tank is always looking empty. It's because it's all down here because it was leaning. So I'm gonna have to totally redo the framing to support this new stuff, but until I get that done, I need some more self-tapping screws. I might be able to get some of the framework working on today, but like I said, for now, I'm gonna take that thing I got cut off right there and put it right there on that 3-inch threaded. I already checked it fits. It just was too oblong. It was hitting up against the frame. Now that it's narrower, I should be able to screw it on there, and I'm just gonna make a cap for the end. I was gonna try to put a pipe off to vent, but that's too heavy and too much work. Like I said, I just need to get it down there without any tension over here so that it gets to the porta tank. See if we can get this done today and make something happen. Okay, so always trying to be clever. What I think I'm going to do to cover this up, because it only needs to be good for a week or two, because I've got that. I got a couple 1.5ers coming, and I'm not going to reuse this tank. In fact, where is it? The 3-inch cap that screws onto here. It's laying around here somewhere. I just had it. Anyway, that'll actually go over that. There it is. Boom. Some Teflon tape. That's solved. I get something similar for those two holes, and I can start like they're new tanks. Figure out where my toilet's gonna be. It's probably gonna be somewhere right up here in this corner. The vent line will probably end up being right about there. I get those. And then I get the frame rails and a couple of L channels. I'm gonna set the L channels up on top of the L brackets up on, and then the L channels can go like this, and these are gonna go up under there. If that made any sense. Anyway, so for today though, cover this up with some That and a zip tie, and I was gonna do some duct tape too, but I don't know, the duct tape might not be needed if I got good zip ties on it. Anyway, see you later. All right, there. May not be IP 60 something rated, but that'll definitely keep any of the fumes back out from there. So now, look at this up there. Put a 90 on that if I got enough room. I didn't even realize the axle might be in the way. I might have no choice but just to go into town and get one of these right here and start from scratch so we get up higher, or just give up. All right, let's see how it fits. All right, that's it. I got that up there, well supported. I just had to give up on the threaded idea because those threads are shot. I'm gonna order a new kit, but I got it going pretty good, going downhill all the way up to the tank here, and it has to do that uphill for that 90 that I don't like. But I guess if I just push enough water through it, I might have to come out here and walk the snake or whatever they call it, walk the dog or whatever, pick up the hose and just, you know, push it out that way when I'm done doing what I got to do. It started building up in the pipe, but anyway, duct tape, the only thing I got to try to seal that up. I put it all around the inside and then shoved it in there, and then put it around the outside. It's just temporary, and I tied it up to the to where the axle attaches to the trailer too, so it doesn't shift around. And I opened up the little vent over here, and now all I got to do is just try it, clean up the mess, and I'm done for the day. I don't care anymore. This went on way too long. I'll put these tanks in later.
I hope you enjoyed that video at least as much as I enjoy life to make it so far. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you care to, and stay tuned, there's more to come. I'm going to go ahead and get the Blackwater tank replaced as quickly as possible and begin working on the gray water tank as soon as I get my next deposit, so I can start ordering more parts and getting more things done. And don't forget all the other stuff I got going on. Anything else to say, J&K? Bye.